My name is Cindy Lukey. I work at Union Preschool in South St. Louis City, and I have a class of 3-year-olds and a class of 4-year-olds. The 3s come 2 mornings a week and the 4s come 3 afternoons a week.
And Cindy, can you tell me a little bit about how you felt at the beginning of the project and maybe some things that you implemented and how it worked for you?
I came into the project hoping for a lot of information to help me pay more attention to each individual child, and that's really the information that I got from the workshop. A lot of good background child development and social emotional information, as well as ideas for structuring my classroom to help meet the children's needs better, and those are areas that I really that I really implemented, and the structure helped. I had a class of 10 3-year-olds this year, 5 of whom were very, what's the word you told me?
Challenging, maybe?
Well, highly energetic and impulsive. That's what it was. And so being able to structure my classroom better to help them focus was helpful. And then the social emotional information and the ideas for transitions helped a lot. We move a lot in our program from classroom to classroom and spend a lot of time transitioning. So that information was really helpful to me.
Specifically, when you were talking about transitions, what did you implement that worked the best for you?
For cleanup time, I started with letting the children know a couple minutes ahead, 1 minute ahead, that we were going to stop play and clean up. And then I implemented, we would count, everybody would stop, raise their hand, and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they would know it was cleanup time. And that worked great at the beginning, and then after a while it was, let's count and then play some more. So it did help.
And sometimes things are a journey, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been a journey this year.
If you had one thing that you would tell a teacher that's considering being in this project, what would you like them to know?
That you get a lot of good information, background information for you, as well as a lot of really good hands-on activities, as well as materials that will help you meet your children's needs.
There was a story that you told me about the end of the year, because you've been with this group for the full year. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Another thing that I worked with this year with the children was solutions in how to deal with various situations. And one of those was Tucker the Turtle, or the breathing techniques where you stop and take a breath and think about what you do next. So on my last day of school, we were getting ready to line up to leave our first room to go to the next room, and one of my children is over there shaking our butterfly thing, which you're not supposed to touch at all. So that kind of backfired. And then later that day, we did our countdown to clean up, and then one of my other children took a box full of blocks as soon as we finished counting and dumped it upside down. And then we were all getting kind of, the class was getting out of hand, so I asked everybody to sit down on the carpet, and one of my other children said, "Mrs. Lukey, do we need to stop and take a breath now?" So at least I got through to one of the kids. Actually, the program did help the whole group to function better with each other, and to learn some self-regulation behavior.
Also, there wasn't just you coming to the classes. You've had several coworkers as a team come also. Do you feel like that was supportive to have several people that were in the same childcare coming at the same time?
That did help. And the other thing I wanted to mention, right at the end of the year, I did a project with our 3s. We tend to do colors by the month, and our color for May was yellow. So I had the kids make a yellow collage on a paper plate, which then I stuck on a piece of construction paper to make it look like the sun. And we had talked about what makes you happy, what makes you feel sunny inside. And when my co-workers saw that, they said, this is something we really should do at the beginning of the school year. And so we've already planned to implement a lot more social emotional literacy, teaching kids specifically about different feelings at the beginning of next school year. So it has also spilled over into the rest of the staff, seeing the knowledge that we gain through the workshops, and they want to learn more from us or coming to the workshops themselves.
Anything else you'd like to tell anybody that is considering this project?
I think even though it is a challenge to be away from your program for 4 full days, it is well worth the time and the effort in what you get out of the program to take back to your classroom and to your children.
Thank you very much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. It was my pleasure.